Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're having a great, what is today, Wednesday? Um, anyway, yeah, I'm just out enjoying some sun, and I'm going to be talking in this live. I wanted to do a live about staying motivated. And while we're trying to either lose weight or if we have lost it and we're just trying to be healthy and maintain it long term, how do we stay motivated to do that? Because I find for people, having worked with thousands of women across, over the years across the world, that one of the hardest things is staying motivated when you're either trying to lose it or when you're trying to just maintain it. And because life happens, the weekends roll around, Tuesdays sometimes are stressful, the Super Bowl or Christmas or a vacation, and we lose motivation. And sometimes we just wake up and we don't want to eat healthy. We don't want to try to exercise. We don't want to drink our water. It's way more fun and tasty to drink your favorite choice of drink, soda, juice, whatever, right? Like, coming from me, I was a food addict and I lost 50 pounds 7 years ago. I know it's totally way more fun to eat like junk food and fast food. It's way more convenient, right? So how do we stay motivated? I'm going to share with you the most powerful concept that I share with my clients, my private clients. Now, some of the women in this group are private clients. So you've actually already heard this today. We actually covered this a bit in our other group that's just for private clients. But I'm going to share the most powerful concept I could ever share with someone that I teach people in my private program, the Metabolic Reboot. So I'm going to share with you the concepts here. I'm going to try to make it fairly brief here. We're going to shoot for 12 minutes here about the concept that we're going to build upon, and you can start to apply it to your life. So again, how do we stay motivated? Because in my process that I work with people, there's a fly, sorry. My process, I take women through a 12-week process that allows them to lose, in the first 6 weeks, average results are about 20 to 35 pounds. That's average for women. I do work with some men. It's a little bit higher for men. Unfortunately, that is the truth. Men lose faster. But on average, women will lose like 25 to 27 pounds. Like, that's the average middle point, right? And that's in 6 weeks. And so that's really fast, but then how do I get them to keep that weight off forever? Because that's what I specialize in, is not just helping them lose the weight quickly and healthily, but then maintain it. And this is how I do it. This is how I help people stay motivated. And not even me, I don't do it. I just teach them the concept and they apply it. That helps them stay motivated through our process as well as afterwards for the rest of their lives. It's what I've used to keep the weight off for 7 years now. So there's a couple of concepts. We're going to talk about two for sure. We'll bring in some other ideas here. But the first thing we have to understand is the law of health. There's this universal law that's called, I call it the health first law. If you put health first, everything else will follow. So this is important to understand. We're going to build, so just stick with me. We're going to build upon this, okay? So a lot of women in this group I know, and a lot of women that I work with, majority of them are business owners or professionals of some sort, accountants, real estate agents, online business owners, doctors, whoever it is, attorneys. And so you try to focus on your business, or if you're not a business owner, that's fine too. You've got family. We all identify as like these things we do. We own businesses. We have family. We're friends. We're neighbors. We're sons or daughters. We're parents. We're all these things, right? And we all have goals in everything that we do. But here's the universal law of health first, is that when you focus on your health first and put that first, everything else will follow. But it's not true the other way around. So if you focus on your business, and many of you probably experienced it like I did, if you focus on your business to get that growing and just like rolling and want to be successful, that doesn't necessarily mean that your health will follow. In fact, it's usually the reverse. Whenever you put a different priority first that isn't your health will suffer. And there's times and seasons, of course, in everybody's life, but if you can learn to put your health first, then everything else will fall into place. Now, that doesn't mean all of a sudden you're going to be a millionaire, but it's going to be easier for you to grow your business. Now, it's not to say you also can't be successful at your business without putting your health first. It just means you are being limited by your health, and your health will impact every single area of your life. Much like, I'm sure you've heard of, a lot of business owners or a lot of people have heard of the law of the mirror. The law of the mirror states, how one thing is, so is the other. It's a mirror, right? So if you have problems in your business, it's usually because your health is out of place, or you have problems in your marriage, or vice versa, or whatever, right? But health is the crux. Health is the key. It is health first law. If you put your health first, everything else will follow. Now let's build upon that to talk about how we stay motivated to stay healthy. So we all ebb and wave with our motivation, but here's the reality, is if you can get this right, you take motivation out of the equation. Okay, what I mean by that is, like, you don't have to have motivation to stay healthy. You don't have to have motivation to lose weight, and you'll do it anyway. Okay, so let me give you an example so we can reframe this. Most of you watching this, I would guess, if you are watching this, ask yourself, do you brush your teeth every day? You probably say yes. You probably brush your teeth on vacation. You probably brush them on Christmas. You probably brush them twice a day. You might have multiple tubes of toothpaste in your home as we speak in case you run out. If you forget your toothbrush on a vacation, you probably go buy one, or do the finger technique, right? Where you scrub your teeth with toothpaste or whatever. We've all done it, right? So the understanding here is that brushing our teeth is important to us, right? And the thing is, if I were to ask you, do you feel motivated to brush your teeth? You'd have to think about it for a second and be like, I guess I do it every day. But it's not like you feel this like, all right, let's do this. Like turn on, the example I used earlier today was Rocky, Eye of the Tiger, and like pump yourself up to brush your teeth. Like most of us don't have to think about it. So willpower and motivation and desire, they get just thrown out the window. They're not even relevant in the conversation of brushing our teeth. Okay, and it's because it's part of who you are. So when it comes to human behavior, when it comes to changing, I mean, I'm a high performance coach, and my vehicle to help people perform their highest is we want to help them lose their weight, but that's going to spill over to every area of their life, and we do a lot with mindset. So the most important thing I could ever teach someone to ever take control of their health and keep it that way forever is this number one principle, and that is you only have two things in life. You have your choice and you have your identity. Okay? So you have a choice to be who you want at any point in time. If you don't like the way you are, it's because of the choices that you've made that's led you there. And all you have to do is make a choice to be different. Now, that doesn't mean you change overnight as far as like we drop 100 pounds or 20 pounds overnight, but you take the steps to do that, right? So here's how we stay motivated, especially when our motivation is waning. Again, if you apply motivation to brushing your teeth, you're like, that's a really weird thing to talk about with motivation with brushing your teeth. But you don't have to stay motivated to brush your teeth. You do it anyway, even if you want to or not. When you're on vacation and you forget your toothbrush, you may not feel motivated to go buy a new one, but you do it anyway. Why? Because it's who you are. It's your identity. You've chosen at some point in your life, you probably didn't as a kid, but your parents forced you enough to brush your teeth, or you got enough cavities to where at some point you decided. Now, this is also true with other things, like, most people probably don't do a lot of recreational drugs. Some people don't, most people don't steal from the grocery store. Most people don't cheat on their taxes or their spouses. Like some people do, and that life happens, and I'm not condemning anybody who does or doesn't do these things. However, for the average person who's trying to just do normal life, they're not going to deal with those things. And you don't have to say, well, I don't, I'm super motivated to not steal today. Like, no, it's just who you are. You don't have to ask yourself, am I motivated to not do cocaine today or not do recreational drugs? Like, you don't have to ask yourself that because it's part of who you are. But sometimes we miss this principle with our health because we don't identify as healthy people. You identify as a motivated business owner or a parent. And so no matter what, when it's 3 a.m. and your kids are screaming, you're not just going to be like, I don't feel super motivated. I'm just going to stay in bed and they'll deal with it. No, you go, whether you're motivated or not, you probably aren't motivated, but you do it anyway, right? And so because I've chosen, now I wasn't always like this. Remember, I'm coming from a food addict standpoint. I was a food addict. I went to 12-step programs and group recovery and all this stuff to overcome my addictions. And I now identify as a healthy person. So when there's a choice for me to eat something that I shouldn't, or to go make a healthy lunch versus like grab something fast on the way home, I will always, even if I want to or not, I will always choose the healthy one because that is who I am. Much like whether I want to go buy a toothbrush or not, I will always choose to go buy one. Why? Because I've chosen to brush my teeth every day. That's just what I do. So hopefully the wind just kind of kicked up. You're not getting the feedback on that. If you are, let me know. Anyway, so this concept here, so hopefully we're building this out for you that is making sense. If it's not, please comment. If you're here with me, like, and this is making sense, give me a thumbs up. Like, share what you're understanding here with this. But the only two things we have in life is choice and identity. And when you combine the two, you get to choose who you are. Okay? And sometimes we think, well, that's going to take 21 days to change a habit, or 66 days, or a lifetime. No. You just have to identify who you want to be and the behaviors associated with that, and then you choose to be that person by doing those behaviors. So if you truly choose and see yourself, now I know what it takes to start to see this. Sometimes it's hard to do it on our own, and that's why we need a little bit of guidance. It's a bit tricky to do on your own sometimes. But if you can truly start to see yourself as that person, motivation isn't even a question anymore. It's just what you do. If you see yourself as a person who gets up at 5 a.m. every day, getting up at 7 is not an option. It's just not, you just wake up at 5, like sleeping until 7, what? That's not a thing. Or the opposite, if you see yourself as someone who sleeps until 7, not that that's necessarily sleeping in, but if you sleep till 7, waking up at 5 is not going to happen because that's just not who you are, right? You're not an early bird, you're a night owl, whatever, right? Because we identify, we have identities. So the way we change identities is we choose to change them. So if you're a healthy person, you will always stay motivated, whether you want to or not, to stay healthy. Being healthy is a choice. Now here's the real kicker. Being motivated is a choice. I'm motivated to do certain things whether I want to or not. And we all have that way. Whether I want to wake up in the middle of the night with my daughter if she wakes up, whether I want to or not, I'm going to. I'm motivated because I've chosen to be a father. I've chosen to try to be a good father too, and actually like let my wife sleep sometimes. I'm not always perfect at it, but I try, right? So that's the idea though, and I hope I'm bringing in some analogies or other examples here so this can make sense, is that when you've identified as that person, motivation isn't a problem anymore. It's just what you do. It's who you are. You're just going to do it no matter what because that's who you are. It doesn't matter if you want it or not. So think about that statement and how it applies to your life. I'm motivated to do it whether I want to or not. And if you truly see yourself as that person, you'll be motivated to do it whether you want to or not. Right? Whether that's waking up to exercise, whether that's drinking water, enough water, whether that's eating all the veggies and getting a salad in and not eating the breads and the carbs or whatever. Not that carbs are bad, we've covered that before, but you gotta get the right ones. That's a total different subject. But you get the idea. We wanna focus on the right foods, and you'll feel motivated to do that whether you not want to or not. Like, I don't feel motivated every day to like make sure I'm eating the right foods, but I do it anyway. I'm not perfect, but I try to be healthy, and so generally I'm going to move that direction. So I hope this makes sense. If you're with me, if this is making sense to you, if it's helping at all, please please comment, please whatever. Share the video, obviously, as well. That'll help spread this information for people who are trying to get healthy or trying to lose weight. And I also want to hear how this is applied in your life. If you understand the law of the mirror, Donnie says the law of the mirror truth. Absolutely. It is the truth. If your business is struggling, it's because some other area of your life is struggling, or vice versa. And usually it's a health. When I just was talking to someone today who's dropped 80 pounds in the last 6 months, and they were like, I want to start my own business because of this. I'm more confident. I'm excited. And they have a great job. They are a data and analyst, however you say that. Anyway, but you get the idea. I've had people after people after people, like person after person after person, come in, and their business improves because they take control of their health. Obviously, they're more confident, but they're confident in their ability to do things that are hard. They're confident in their ability to project themselves to the world the way they want, right? So it's a real principle. This is an eternal, universal law of health first. When health goes first, everything else follows. If you've experienced that, or in other areas of your life, or if this shift of identity has been powerful for you, comment on the video and tell me how that's been powerful for you in your life as far as creating an identity. I would love to hear that, whether it's being a mom, whether it's being a grandma, a daughter, brushing your teeth, a business owner, a friend, like whatever it is for you, an athlete. If you've identified as something, I would love to hear that. Let's get some conversation going here. Again, if this is helpful, like it, thumbs it up, heart it, whatever. And let me know if you have any questions as well. If you want me to do any lives, I'll expand on this if you want. But Hopefully you guys are well, and I will see you guys in the next video.